welcome into WCIA Network. Hi, you guys. I'm on time today. Friday Fun Day. Hi, BC. Hi, Rumple. Hi, Colleen. I'm just GH. Oh, wow. Um, I'm not sure really um, what's going on ever. Actually, I'm not sure ever what's going on in this true crime community. I just know what I think to be true, right? Hi. And I could only give you the truth to how I see it. Hi, Shazam. And my truth just comes through, I call it spirit, um, through my third eye. And I do it through looking at, through pictures. And my presentation today, I did bring in photos like this from different cases. A lot of the cases now currently are like right in front of our faces. There's things happening with the Delphi. They're talking about Gabby Petito, Harmony Montgomery, Michael Vaughn. I'm closing my blind. I think that what I see is movement in what's surrounding all of these cases. It's not really as much as who done it or who's the guilty or anything like that. That's just not how I see it, or how I hear it, because we look at things here through all the missing children, through hi Muffin Top. The heck. Wait, hold on. Oh, okay. A bunch of kids. I'm like, that sounded really strange. But there's movement inside of conversation as far as cults and photos and what's behind all of these unsolved cases that we call got gone, get gone people. And that includes Gabby Petito. What blows my mind is that there's certain information. There is certain information that I see is telling a story that matches what I see within my third eye. So when I see stuff like this on the news, what you're looking at in front of you, and no one says anything, I must think to myself, well, no one sees it. Then no one sees this shit. When I see it, I say, these are trophies of the children that I've been looking at for 2.5 years. These are pieces that tell the story for the children. For the Delphi 2 girls, this is what keeps showing. This. Right there. It's right in the videos. And it's really crystal clear. It's not like it's hiding. It's there. And it's telling the story. And to me, I know it's telling the story because I see the story all the way down that tunnel, somewhere all the way down that tunnel, that those 2 poor little girls that were so brutally attacked, there's an entranceway. Now, do they know this or do they not know this, that this is, I don't know. But the story stays solid. I gotta close my door. These dogs, unbelievable. Again, hold on. Turn the fan on. It just gets so loud in here. These big ass dogs. So this is the story in which I see in here. And when I look at this, the Delphi girls were taken, yes, but they were mostly taken down wherever that tunnel leads. Wherever this road leads to, it's about what's back there, the end of the tunnel. So whenever I do see photos, I can't help but listen to the story. And I don't know what anyone else sees because I don't know anybody else's reality. I don't know if they see the reality here. Each one of our victims that I go through, each one of the stories that I present and talk about since the beginning, since I came onto YouTube, fingers. The fingers are one of the top elements in these sacrifices. It is one of the top pieces of trophies that are created, and they're molded or do something that creates that trophy that they keep forever. Whoever did this to Gabby Petito knows of these sacrifices. She was part of the sacrifice, and this is how I see it. Everything I do and say here falls under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. It's for entertainment and educational purposes only. These cases are being ignored on a level that nobody wants to touch. They're being ignored on a level, so they're going to talk about everything else about the case. Everything else they'll talk about, but they're not going to talk about the most important pieces that match over and over and over and over. These photos that I get are from the news stations. I'm not getting them from someone who's recreating them. These are the news stations. There's no difference between these photos here and this main photo that I got from Summer Moon Walls' prayer circle, August 14th, 2021. The photos like this, you guys, have not been talked about. And this is the purpose why I am here. Why I keep going on over and over and making this my purpose, because it is a purpose that came to me. Again, I didn't look for this. I didn't even know this shit existed. I didn't even know there was such a thing. And then I was like, the images wouldn't stop showing itself. Not here in the news, but in my third eye. I'm like, this is what I'm seeing. This is what I'm seeing. These sacrifices are covered in these mesh, in this sticky hay-like nature shit that is part of the resurrection. And seriously. So maybe the first time I showed it, maybe it was this one. I don't remember. August We're in 2024. We're in 2024. Images like this, you guys, haven't gone away. They're actually getting more cocky, and they're going to keep showing it. Here's Gabby Petito's. Here's Brian. You obviously see something's wrong with that. Where did his hand go? This stuff doesn't just happen in film that is owned by the law enforcement and owned by the city. This is happening to footage that's coming from body cam footage, straight from the scene. Straight from the scene. What about this is confusing? I ask the law enforcement, I ask Court TV, I ask Chris McDonough, I ask all of those stations, how about News Nation, WFLA? Come on, cover this shit. You're showing it. Your stations are showing it. The fingers and the information that's being shown on these victims do not match up. The necks, the fingers, the toes, the ears, the head, nothing looks human. And don't go telling me, because it's been 2.5 years, don't go fucking telling me that, oh, it's the footage, it just did that. Really? No. The answer is no. It didn't. The answer is no. Somebody is doing this, and this is called sacrifice. I don't give a fuck. That is not a child's finger stuck in the middle of his hand. Period. End of story. And the neck is fucked up. Why is it that nobody wants to touch this? There's an extra fucking hand in there. There's an extra 2 fingers. Don't tell me it's the pen. It's not the goddamn pen in her hand. Look. It's right in live Court TV's video. You can watch the whole thing. It happens right in front of you. This is what I want to start off with, because it is getting worse and worse. You know why? Because it seems as if they start showing this shit worse and worse as the cases get farther and farther away from the day it happened, because they think no one gives a flying shit. But we do. We care about this. Because the answers within giving the children and the victims justice are within your fucking videos. I never thought for a second that I'd be getting answers using videos to show images. Now, sometimes I could show just a plain old hand and it won't show anything, and I know you guys won't see it, and I know that I'm seeing it through my third eye. But many a times I get shit like this, like through Court TV. And hello, those fingers are not normal. And it sticks throughout his whole fucking video. So why isn't this being talked about? This is where they get justice. This is where the story is. It's not in who's sitting in jail for the Delphi case murders. No, who's sitting in jail for the Delphi case murders is covering the whole fucking thing up. Same with who's sitting in jail for the Idaho 4. They are the ones that are not speaking. They were the chosen ones to not speak. Does it bring the kids justice? Hell no. Hell no. No. What brings them justice is showing the photos that are hurting them, showing what they're doing to these children. And they're doing it every goddamn day. Yeah, Dolly. Oh my God, his videos show me so much stuff. I don't cover everyone's creator side, but let me tell you, it's all the same to me. Dolly Vision, Molly Golightly, Ziggy, Justin for All, Tiffany Marie, Trevor, Ryan Finds Truth, Ryan Upchurch. Like, they're just a whole shitload of them that gives me great information to show you guys. Look at these kids' toes. That's a baby. This is the part I would like to see being talked about in the news. This is the part that brings the children, I can't say it any louder, justice. It will only bring children justice by talking and telling the story in which they are going through. They are the ones whose bodies are touched by these horrific hands and these horrific pieces of equipment that are not stopping because no one will fucking talk about it. This is where the story is. This is where they get justice. Stop talking about one individual that gets thrown in jail. Who the fuck cares? We don't at WCIA Network. I don't care about them. I care about this. The story being exposed and showing what is going on beneath our feet, under the ground. And let me tell you something, Ryan Truth, whatever the fuck your name is. Yeah, you go in a well and you find the bricks. Stop showing those bricks. Unless you want to come forward and tell the fucking story. Don't show them anymore. It makes me sick. The bricks are part of the children's story. And I'm telling you, I know that. Now, I'm going to say I know that for a fact, but I don't. This is all for educational, entertainment purposes, and it all falls under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. But here's the deal. The deal is you consistently are showing wells with bricks. The last video you did, you fucking mentioned it. Here's a video from prior. Please help find Summer Wells. These are from your videos. What's on the bottom of this brick? Oh, of this brick, I just said it. What's at the bottom of this so-called quote unquote well? Oh, it's not just one brick, it's two bricks. This wasn't the same video that was shown the other day. You're repeating crucial information that the authorities need to follow. Critical information. Here's what's at the bottom of one of your wells. Bricks. These bricks tell a different story. Why? They have too many holes. They have just as many holes in that brick as in the brick that you showed the other day. Now, I know enough about bricks, believe it or not. I'm not. That when you showed this well and you said there were two bricks down there, how is it that it's a coincidence when your bricks have all the same number of holes. I'm sorry. There are no coincidences. Your goddamn bricks all have all these holes. That is not a coincidence. That is a message. It's a message. It's the same message that is being told in two separate fucking videos. Do you get my drift? Do you understand that I'm not going anywhere? You are going to have to keep showing these elements because I don't know who the fuck keeps telling you to show them. We have a match. We have a match. Let me tell you something. This is what's happening after 2.5 years. You all think that people have gone away? Oh no. The people here at WCIA Network have just gotten started. Because it seems as if it's now that you all are keeping the same elements and you're repeating them. And I've been here for over 2 years. So this well, I don't know if it's a well or not, but I know that there's the L right there, the bloody thing. And you have the same shit in here as you do next goddamn video. Seriously. And if anyone has a fucking problem with it, change the goddamn channel. Bye-bye. Because that means that you don't give a crap about the children, that you don't care if they get justice. Because if they get justice, either you're going down with them or you're scared shitless because you know exactly what I'm talking about. We are not stupid idiots here. You come on in and put your thumb down. We know that you're scared. We know you're scared. We're not stupid. We're not high schoolers or junior high kids. We're not. So if you are uncomfortable with my information, change the channel and try coming back in a month. But you can't intimidate anyone here or change the conversation here or throw us off. I'm not that stupid. Trolls don't care. I don't care about you guys. All I know is when you come in here, you are terrified, you're weak, and you don't know what else to do. So you put your thumb down instead of going to the authorities and saying, you know what? This channel has got something really important. Please go listen. No. Instead, you'll come in and put your thumb down like you're 5 years old. You know, go suck a pacifier. What do you want from us? Thank you, Crystal, for that super sticker. Thank you very much. This here is what I'm talking about. This here is what it looks like to the children. There are arms in here. There are hands in here. There is sacrifice going on. And I'm telling you because I see it. I could only give you bits and pieces of an image and explain it to you. I cannot show you, unless it shows itself, everything that goes on. What I can tell you is these children's body parts are being used. And I can tell you that there's plumbing, there's bricks, obviously, It looks like this. Use your imagination, you guys. This is just supposed to be a photo of a father holding a baby. Put it in perspective. This is only supposed to be a picture of a father and his baby. Notice the finger, notice the bricks, notice the number 5s. Notice the pole, the white pole. Let me brighten this up. This is how the children get justice. By me showing the photos and giving you the story beneath the photos. The fingers, the hands, the arms, this is all underground. And this is what it looks like. So there is nothing in this photo that someone could come in and put their goddamn thumb down to when this is about a baby. Something would be completely fucking wrong with you if you think that this is okay. Think about it. Think about what you're looking at. I'm going to take some of the color away so you could see it better. Sometimes when I take the saturation away and not make it so bright, our brains could handle it. The baby's arm would be right there in the brick. This is happening as we sit here and speak, and I'm screaming for justice, and I am screaming for all those channels that are giving breath and air to situation that doesn't need to be. This is what needs to be talked about. This is serious. The information here helps tell the story. Like when I look at this picture to the left, let me explain. This is all I see. I see a child with this over their face. Is this really happening in that picture? I don't know. But spiritually, the children try to tell this story to me so I could tell it to you. This is part of their resurrection. This is part of the materials that are used. You see, and this is what it looks like, and that's the predators. What the predator looks like is it has these masks over their faces. Same masks, you guys, as I've been showing for a very long time. And they have these pieces of equipment that go within the ear, and I see it all the time. It's not like I'm looking at this for the first time. Sometimes the photos that I get within these groups are really good, like this. You cannot hold a baby and get that kind of effect unless there's something seriously wrong with the baby. There's no newborn little baby that you could show me and that the adult that's holding the baby, the neck and partial of the chest area and hand is wrong. That's the neck. Those are the hands. Those are the hands, you guys. That's stomach. Yes, and look what's coming off of the head. Those are all pieces of equipment that I see match the visuals that I get. You see, it's not that, oh, I see a partial something, right? When I see something that matches Summer Moon Wells information, it's called an element. And many times these elements are placed in particular creators' videos. Now, this is what's on the shoulder. We know that that's the heart. We know that that is a very thin tube. And I know that this stuff is used for the sake of the resurrection. They're doing something with the blood, period. I know that. I know that because I'm told that. And I've seen it too many goddamn times. Nothing here has been proven, but no one's talking about it because these elements have been shown for over 2 years. Over 2 years. Now, am I saying that these guys know it's in here? No. Not one creator, not one, has stepped forward to even say, we see it, it's in our video. We see it, it's here. I mean, you know who told it great? The Idaho 4. The Idaho 4 video that showed this and the stairs that go up these creeks and up these steps that are rocks. When I saw this photo in the Idaho 4 live, it was during one of my lives that I copied and pasted and I put it together. It was one photo. I cut it in half and I don't even know how I did that and why I did that. But I did. And I placed it together and this is what I got. I got a beautiful gift of information to tell you the story. These victims are placed within the earth, within the bounds of the earth, within the cracks of the earth, and they're layered. All the way down in the bottom layer is where this comes from. All the way down beneath the layers of victims lies the truth. And that's what I know. That's what I know. Here it is in color. What I also know is that there's a female here that seemed to have taken front and center. Front and center. This female looks just like this photo, right? Let me crop and paste it. Let me see if I could change the coloring to her face only. I'm going to get her face up here. Let's see. I don't know if you could see it. I have no idea what you guys could see, but this girl in the Idaho 4, can you guys see that? It's very, very important. She looks like this. Now, she's transient, meaning she changes looks. She looks differently all the time. But this is really the closest to what she looks like. She's really important to bringing justice to the children. Thank you for saying yes. To bringing justice to these Idaho 4. It's photos like this, you guys, that help me tell the story for a couple things. To bring justice and to open the eyes of the listeners and to learn. These victims have been placed systematically within the earth. Goes underground. Goes underground. You know, this is the start of my presentation, right? This is the other face that I wanted to show you before I started. The face to the right, if anyone, the law enforcement is listening, that's a face that shows up within creators' faces. The face to the right is from, it's supposed to be Molly Golightly. The face to the left is supposed to be Ryan Upchurch. Anyone that's been, watching true crime and follows, all of these cases and the YouTube creators that speak about it, they don't look like this. I would have thought 2 years ago Ryan Upchurch would have been like, who the fuck is that? Molly Golightly just disappeared. Because we don't know who she is. We have no idea. Maybe Molly Golightly is Ryan Upchurch. We don't know. But these are faces that are important, you guys. And with that very long introduction, brings me to an important part of my presentation. It seems as if this new channel that I obsessed about and watched every one of their videos does come from Ryan. Ryan Finds Truth. Now, it's not about him, not about that woman. It's, when I say really not about them at all, it really is not. And I really mean that full-heartedly. Just like it's not about any of the other creators that I bring up. I'm picking on him right now because their information is outstanding. Their gifts of information is outstanding right now. Here we are back at the carnival. Here we are back at the horses. Here we are back in the beginning at the Summer Moon Wells Missing Children. Here we are. It's photos like this that really, really speak to me. Photos like this are incredible gifts, I call them, of information. So when I see this, I go back to the Appalachian Fairground. I go back to the carnival that Don Wells was at. I go back to underground, under the rides. I go back to the beginning in which I was saying awesome information that I don't think was ever followed up. But looking at this reminds me to bring it up again. It reminds me of the importance of these locations that are beneath the rides, that are within the carnivals. They're very critical to the children. They see and hear all the noises. Think about it. They hear the noises of the carnivals. That I know, because that's what I hear. They do use, these predators do seem to use the same old man image that I've had since the Appalachian Fairground days. The old man that's sitting here let me get it smaller. Wait. There's so much in this photo that it's... Oh, come on. I'm just cropping it down. Okay, wait. Okay, let's see what I got here. This old man brings me right back to Grandis here, Bly. This old man, to me, matches the same one that is in Grandis's videos. Same shirt. He's appeared a few times. Let me see here. Here, reunion. Grandis. He has appeared, oh, Grandis Bly. The Hears, I believe this, if this is in fact the cult, and this in fact goes back years, what I see and understand to be true is that it follows the the Hare's family. It follows their family information. It goes back in their family is what I'm saying. You know, there's stuff like this is followed by heritage. It's you're born into it. That's why it's here's one of them. That's why it's not fair to judge people, right? We could say things. This here is from copy. Here's one of them. Here's one of them. And then I have one that he is at Appalachian Fairground. Let's see. No. Carnival, let's see. This guy, Carnival guy, well, I know I have it here. So this guy shows up right in the beginning of their video. It was something about it actually put a horrible fear through my body when I saw this. I felt like, you know, when you look at something and your body's like, oh, that's what I felt when I saw this. And there's a lot going on in this photo, you guys. So much so I could do probably a whole 2-hour presentation. But it was also this photo that made my whole entire mouth drop. These are photos that we have of Summer Moon and her brothers standing in front of this. This kind of a location to me is super critical. And is it this exact location? I don't know. I could only go by the feeling I get, like this feeling I get when I look at it. And Summer Moon Wells' spirit surrounds a piece of equipment like this, like it surrounds it. And it's important enough that it was shown to me. It was shown. We do have photos of Summer in front of this thing. And may it be the buildings that are shown outside the window? There's something in these photos that are very familiar to the children. Sometimes I see things that I know the kids see the vision. Let's say they're under the ride, hidden underneath the ride. It would be a vision like this that they see, that they look at. I go from what I'm looking at, from where. Like, who's taking that picture? They're not taking it. Like, who's taking the photo? You know, like, why is it taken like this? Why is it at this angle? Because it's important. No one's taking this angle. This little girl is on this ride. This little girl could be Summer Moon. This little girl could be a Summer Moon Wells missing child. But this little girl presents herself as if she's a Summer Moon to me. She is in this ride, on this ride, right next to that little thing that's moving. It's on the carousel. But it sticks out to me as a box, as a house, as a box. This kind of information brings justice to the kids. They don't just see a carousel. They see a child being taken off of a carousel. Because that's what I see. I see this child as one of the children that were taken with Summer. I see that child just the same way as I see this child on Robert Vaughn's boat. There's no difference. There's no difference how I see these two children. Why? Because I see them both as being taken. I can't unsee what I see. I see stress. In both these kids, I see it. They get taken on a trip. They get taken away. They get taken away. And when they say they're just gone, they are fucking gone. You don't get them back. Period. You don't get them back. They know that. The parents know that once these kids are gone, they're gone. They sold their souls. They're gone. I have many videos on Robert Vaughn. Now, I call it Robert Vaughn because it's marked Robert Vaughn. I don't know which Robert Vaughn or who, but this was from his Facebook and his boat, Michael Vaughn's father. And you could go watch the video, and I go through all these funky photos. And these photos tell the story. There's nothing different between this lady's hand that you're looking at. Now that would be from Robert Vaughn, and this here is talking about the Delphi. There's no difference between what you're looking at. The only difference is, really, it's a different child that they're talking about. They're all Summer Moon Wells missing children, right? But the particulars of the stories are being told through the creators' videos and mainly through the news. I never thought I would be a conspiracy theorist that's like, oh, it's from the news. Well, it is. This shit is from the news stations. There's no difference between what I'm showing you. This little girl here has the same information as Summer. Hanging from her, you guys. Hanging. This here is showing you what I see on this carousel. The carousel ride shows the bottom gone. Gone. Now, there's a hole in the bottom. Now, am I saying that this is the carousel? Maybe, maybe not. Because the element in which I see is there are holes in the ground at these Appalachian fairgrounds and at these carnivals where the kids are taken. This should not be here like this. The gym shoes, the sticks going down, it tells me that there's a fence, there's a gate. But there are holes in which these children get taken. Now, is this hole there on this carousel? I do not know. I do not really care, because what I am saying is this hole in the ground is really no different than what I showed you, a hole in the ground in Summer Moon Wells' cellar. These are holes in which they enter. These are holes that are built within these pieces of wood and plaster, and they just go in them. And they get transferred. These holes are there, and they're built by men. They're built by people that are building them for the purpose of taking our children. That's what they're doing, you guys. That's what they're doing. If I brighten up, take this away. I brighten up the hole in the ground at the carnival. To the point where I could show you what's under here, kind of. It's really tough. Okay, under here is an element in the hole in the ground in the carnival. It's white. It's hard to see, but it's right there. That's the face. That's like the dragon face. That's like, let's see if I could do another one. Paste. It's right in there, right between the two poles. Let me tell you, that's an element that the children see underground. What I see is like a snake face, and the snake face is what they see. It's shiny white metal. And the predators look like this. Their faces show elements just like how I showed you on Molly Golightly. Does it mean that he's a predator? No, you guys. No. But I've seen these faces before. So what it's telling me is the story of what the children see. They see this. They see this. The children are within the green grasses. Somehow they're within the straw, the hay. They go beneath the earth. They go away. And the people that do this are dressed as if they are clowns, as if they have masks on, and their fucking look very scary to the children. They don't look like anything that is normal to the children. This is what the adults look like to them. This. And they use a well, you guys. I've seen it now 3 times. These guys have shown me a well in many of their videos, and now the brick. And the brick is something with all those holes on top that can be completely lined up across the board since the day we were introduced to Summer Moon. Yes, it's scary clowns. It's like this, but they have masks. They don't use their normal voices. It's this. This is what they see. At least this is as close to what I could show you that they see. And then they're just placed. There's no difference. This is Robert Vaughn's video. What I'm doing here is I'm going to be pulling these stories together is what I'm doing. I'm showing you that from in the beginning, I'm still sticking with the same story. I told you that Robert Vaughn's videos that show him building in his wood shop, that he's building the guts, like the ins and outs, the guts, like the guts is what comes to me of these predators' fucking sacrifices. Like it's the guts, like he built this fucking systematic system. And in his video, what happens to him is he gets that same white face because it's showing me that I am correct. It's saying this is the same goddamn story as Robert Vaughn has been telling years ago when he was building the guts. So every little nook and cranny, every little detail, if in fact the authorities ever want, they could go get all these little stupid fucking details that look like they shouldn't match anything because they're like critters and they don't think they match anything, but I could match them up all day long. All day long. This here that's on Robert's neck is critical. That is like the, I don't know, it's the like the raccoony looking face. It's in every freaking victim has it. These guys, I'm going to brighten it up. These guys show it. What Robert Vaughn is showing right here is the same thing as this dude showing on his head. There. That is this. Wait, let me paste it over. It's the same thing. You guys, these are cookie cutters. Let me change the contrast so you can see it a little better. Kind of. Here. It's a cookie cutter. This here in his head, right there, is a major element. And they're showing it because it's towards the end of this thing. They're in the well. They're with the bricks. I mean, it's the same thing. It's the same thing, you guys. The way that they decide to show it has not shifted. These white faces, these faces that have this paint on it, his face is identical to how I saw Molly Golightly. They match. They match. They match. So I ask the people that have platforms and they're talking about nonsense. I call it fucking nonsense. Why not this? Why not this? How about this photo? This is Candace Wells' Facebook page. Can someone explain to me why a photo of someone who kind of looks like Summer, but it looks like an older Summer, is covered in plaster that has symbols that we've been looking at for over 2 years? Can somebody explain to me why there's a fucking person hanging over pointy nails? Because if that is Summer, she is a whole different Summer than we know. That is the older Summer. Oh, yeah. April 27th. You take a close look at these, you guys. That's supposed to be Summer. That here is not a 4-year-old's face. And whatever is going on the right-hand side is very wrong. So it's pictures like this that when they come out fully like this, like they're, I'm going to change, oh, here comes some things. So when Summer gets recognized, Summer spiritually shows information. And she is showing her little guy, her little critter, right? Right there. The one that's brightening up. Her little critter is absolutely no fucking difference than the critter I just showed you on Ryan's head. Or this one. That little critter is what goes with Summer. These are called critters. Summer Moon left this earth with her critters. It's been shown to you. You all have seen it. You're probably like, what's she talking about? We have seen it. You have. Let me brighten this up. Don Wells and Candace let go of balloons in their backyard for Summer. Her little critters were these. All these. Showed up on her picture. They're these. Those critters, you guys, show throughout these videos. I have this on page 32, but I'm going to show you something. This comes from this one is from the Beeston Bunch critter. The baby face in there. And this one is from Ryan Finds Truth, which matches other people's that I have. Those are critters. Old man's face. Like, they're in here. I'll show you. It's at page 32. But critters identify these children. And that, no matter how you slice and dice this, is not the summer moon that we know. Way too old. And if the authorities want, please. This thing is loaded in F's and 5s and T's, and everything that you want to see and match up to all the other cases is on this child. It's on this child. Summer moon wells, just like all the other children, have been shown in many different age groups. These kids are not the summer moon that we have been told was the summer moon. These are different summers. So pay attention to these things. Everything that I'm showing you goes back to this dude who created the system. This is the Robert Vaughn that made these videos, and it's been copied over and over. Whatever is happening to these children, whatever system they're going through, and disgusting, sick-ass sacrifice follows this Robert Vaughn's information. Look at the fingers. Look at the fingers sticking out of the middle. This here is summer moon. This was Candace Bly's front photo for a little while. You take this photo here, and this was Candace's front page of her Facebook. This, whoops, is what you're looking at. It's the message. It's what this is all fucking about. It's following a cookie cutter, you guys. It's following the cookie cutter. Every one of my victims that I follow and talk about fall within Robert Vaughn's story. I could pick any victim and match this shit up all day long. This is the stuff that needs to be talked about. This. This. When I say that I see these pointy things and these things going into the children, and I said that I'm not quite sure that I see that it's the bottom of the horses. Because what I see is this on the horses. Where is it? The bottom, like the points. Where is it? I have it here somewhere. Oh, here. This here, when I look at this, I see these poles. I see these poles. So understand that when I say, oh, it doesn't necessarily mean that. I see elements. Elements stick out to me. And I stick to it. And then there's a hole in the ground. That's what I see. And that's Summer. And that came from Candace. These are the fingers in the pictures that come from this Robert Vaughn. And when I tell you that they need to stop showing, or they don't need to stop, just say something. Like, don't act as if this isn't being shown. Like, because we've seen it. Like, there's so much that I have copied and pasted. I'm not just saying, oh, I see weird fingers on Court TV. Well, I'm seeing this. That's what I'm seeing. Why is it the same? Why is it the same? That's all I'm saying, is it's the same because it is a system. These are different hands. No different than what you see here and what I'm showing you here. These are the same. All these different hands. So I just don't pull this shit out of my ass. Look at that finger. So Robert Vaughn is the one who set all this up for me. Now, this is in Ryan's video. This is what his hand looks like. Let me see if I have a bigger photo. So in the video, he shows himself like this in the video. And it's super obvious. So when I see hands like this, it's just screaming Summer Moon. It shows information on Summer Moon's trophies. There's nothing more I can say about this because it's showing it to you. It's showing the fingers, and it's showing the hands as if the fingers were cut off. Throughout this car ride that is in here, I consistently have been brought to the hand. I didn't do anything to this. This is how it looks in the video. If I were to turn it this way, you could see the V and the way that it's meant to be. Their fingers are cut off. And this is a trophy. This is a trophy of Summer Moon. This is what these trophies look like. Just like this. Summer Moon is in here. Her spirit, her trophies, all of the critters that we see, Candace Bly Wells has placed in a box. This is the box in which Candace shows. I do show this often, you guys. I go back to this often. Let me see if I could reset it. It's so bright. I go back to this thing a lot because it's summer. It's all of her critters. And Candace says it's her box. This is her box. And let me point a few things out. This is the snake that's smiling. That's the snake. These are the raccoon faces. These are raccoon or dogs. These are fishies. And these are markings that are on Summer. What you see in those markings most likely, let's see, would match the markings on Summer. And her markings, now this would be for the authorities to fucking do, right? The FBI. Take these markings and match them up to the markings on Summer. And they will match, because I know they will. These markings are what's in here, because Summer's shit is in here. You've got all the letters here that you need. They're all here. This is Summer. This is Summer. The markings, you guys, that are within Summer's box stay consistent in what they show in Robert Vaughn's final information. This is Robert Vaughn's. This. There's drawings, there are raccoon faces. This here are a bunch of trophies. And there are drawings and there are markings. This is the stuff that needs to be critically looked at. Let me turn it. I had it upside down. Let me turn it. Critically looked at, because this isn't shit that I see in my third eye. This is shit that matches. This I mean, this is Robert Vaughn's. The information that it's telling, let me grab this, is not only the same for Summer, but it's going to be the same for all the victims. Oh, yeah. It will be the same for all the victims. So here's Summers. Roberts. Here's Summers. They're all in here. All those little critters that we speak about are in there. Summer Moon was not alone. Before Summer Moon that we know of, there were other Summer Moons that were sacrificed before her, because what she's holding here is a trophy of a Summer Moon before her. And she just fell in line. She fell in line with the other Summers. There was an older Summer that left with her. And I think that the brothers they confused the brothers, because there were other Summers and they brought a new baby in somewhere. There was a new baby brought in, and I think they switch them out. Like here in the window of Ryan's, this is in the window. We've seen all these before. We've seen them all. And the Wells are the ones who showed it the best, you guys. The Wells themselves showed it the best. Ryan finds truth. It's very sad images. These are very sad images. Like as I'm speaking, my left ear, I'm almost feeling as if something is in my left ear, like it's plugged, and making me feel like I have like vertigo, like it's plugged. So that would lead me to believe there's something in her left ear. And that would be a victim. And we know that this stuff goes around the head, and we also know that his fingers are wrapped in trophies. It's showing it. Now, is it Ryan's hand? I don't know, and I don't care. We don't know. We don't know him. I don't know who he is. But it's showing top information, right? Yeah, like airplane pop. Yeah, Rumple. Look. It's skin. I feel like that's skin. And I do know one thing about the videos. I'm not going to talk about him personally, but I don't like the thing going on with his wife. I don't feel like it's real. I feel very uncomfortable watching it. I feel like when she talks it's scary. I feel like she's really scared. I feel fear from her photo. I feel her being really scared, and I don't know why. I feel sad for her. I don't know why, but I do. I feel scared for her. And this is her. And my gut feeling is I feel scared for her. Like whoever I'm looking at now, again, it doesn't necessarily mean it's her, right? Right? Whoever the victim is alive because I feel this person's scared. And then when I look at him, I feel that he's very scary. Whoever he's showing to be. And all of this goes back to Robert Vaughn. All of these little boxes, the E's, the F's, the boxes with the 5s, this is all part of Robert Vaughn's. Oh, interesting. It says it's a pressure bar. Oh, wow. I didn't see that before. Okay, so it's a pressure bar. That's what we're feeling, is the pressure of the bar. There's that bar, and the bar somehow gives pressure. You guys, trust me, I feel it. When I feel stuff that's intuitive and clairvoyant, I trust it. So the bar somehow gives pressure within the head, within the left ear. This is the bar right here. It says pressure bar, see? The bar that goes within the victims is this. And it's filled, it does something in the ear. Like pressure. That's Michael Vaughn to the left. And to the right is from Candace Wells videos. That's from her TikTok. Michael Vaughn's photos all are demented. Every one of his videos shows the truth. If you ever have a free time during the day, go through Robert Vaughn's videos and see how messed up they are. Every one of them. His mother's, Brandy's, are the worst. The worst. Something is not right with her and the story and his videos. This is from Candace's Facebook video, and this is what a picnic looks like to Candace. That's a head. And what's coming out of the mouth is exactly what I've been showing that comes out of the mouth. This stuff. They're strings, they're, I don't know. This here may have been a TikTok or a Facebook. That stuff's not there anymore. It was when she was at a picnic. It could have been just a picture. Yes. Yeah, they were sitting with pizza. Just another shot of what his hand looks like. This is the equipment. This is equipment that's being used. This here is something that is seen from anyone and everyone that touches this group. This is part of the story that is completely structured, like structured. This is what they do. These are just readings, you guys. This is part of what they do with the pieces. This is part of what they do to put it back into the earth, to put it back into the ground. You see, this is important information. This is Robert Vaughn's equipment. It wouldn't look like this if it wasn't telling us a story. This is telling us a story. Do you see the triangle? Do you see the triangle? Those are where the heads go. Let me show you something. That triangle is no different than, I'll show you, the triangle that was in the well. Here. Copy. This, oh, let me turn it. Okay, let me just turn it. Because this shit is underground, right? It's underground. It's placed somewhere. It is what it is. Let me turn this stuff. This is how I see it. This here, that right here, let me point it out. This here is a critical part of all of this. Is underground. This is underground, right? The well with the brick looks like this. This, let me crop it a little more. Is telling me that there's a victim in each one of these. That this is what it looks like. This is the end result of a victim. This is what they use the equipment for. It's in a well. They have 2 bricks. And it lies like this. Like this. That's how I fucking see it. And that's why it keeps showing. Like, I see it down under, and you could probably get to it through a well. Maybe. But this here is plumbing. You know, it's like, it's plumbing. Like, it's built, you guys. This is underground tunnel. Oh, it's so obvious to me. It's just like these photos, you guys, of Kiely Rodni right here, of this little boy underneath, these doors, all of this. You go through there. These are doors between doors of doors. This is it. And this is what should be talked about. All of this. Summer Moon Wells's bed was not her bed. It was what she's laying over, and it goes down under. You see? Down under. All those little markings that you see on the fake fucking blankets. This is just her story, you guys. She was under the ground. That is showing a hole in her bed. Hole goes right down into the ground. And you know what? That was an addition. You know that the addition was under her room? They said that at first, like, oh, they built another basement. No one's talking about that basement they built. For all we know, her bed was right over the fucking hole. But no one looked. Trust me, they didn't look because they're not thinking about it. Oh, Joe Summers' bed could be over a hole in the ground. Well, no one's thinking about it because it's shit that you only hear in the fucking movies. It's not stuff that's real, right? Look. That's a hole. That's a hole. There's a little critter. There's always a critter. Because whoever watches this shit, the critter, it's like they're watching goddamn cartoons. It's the bed. But no one's going to talk about it. Let me show you something. The man that's sitting on the carousel, another man that's sitting on the carousel in Ryan Finds Truth, looks like this to the right. Has on the same plaid shirt that they always are showing. And that plaid shirt is the same plaid shirt that Robert Vaughn wears in his video. Robert Vaughn's video and this guy on the carousel with the mask on have the same shirt on. That is important to know. Because these plaid shirts show up. And they seem to follow a pattern of color. See? This guy's shirt. And here's Robert Vaughn. He has on a mask. And this is right in Ryan's video. There are other hands and people that are involved in these videos. Those are not his hands on the back of his head. I don't know how else to tell you, but those aren't his hands. They just aren't. They're bloody. They change. They're not his. They're not complete fingers. They don't have fingertips. These fingers don't look correct. And this is what the back of the head looks like. So this is something that I've been watching, like in Benny's, Jody Sue's, Don Wells. They just have this shit going on. I feel it. Oh my God, that is not his fucking hand. You guys don't understand. Like, that's what I'm good at. Like that is, the hand does not match the body. And this is what I do. I'm a clairvoyant. That hand is not the same as that goddamn head. They don't match the same human. I say it as it is. I say it as I see it. I don't sugarcoat it, because that's the same thing that they're doing over on the right-hand side. Those are fingers. And they're different humans' fingers. They're not coming from the same human. Those fingers, which are in Robert Vaughn's, are not the same as the one that's pointing. They're different. Yes, I agree with you, a sense of female. They're different. They're young. They're not the same human. This here comes from actually Molly Golightly's videos. Molly Golightly's videos show car rides of kids that look just like this in the back seat, and their hands are on the equipment that cuts the fingers. It's right there. Her videos show it. This is the back seat of a child in the back seat. The fingers are all different fingers. When I tell you that they're not from all the same human, take it for what it is. I really don't know how else to explain it. Look. The one to the right is Robert Vaughn's. The one to the left is from that Sarah girl. This Sarah girl, I don't know her whole name. I have a lot of stuff from that Sarah girl. But this is what it does. It shows different fingers and fingernails. Robert Vaughn's is to the right, and that Sarah girl's is to the left. This is a match. And then you have all the critters in between. The critters are always there. I call them critters because I don't want to spend much time on all the nonsense that they create in their video. And it's nonsense, even though it's the story, but it depletes and dilutes what's going on here. Like, if I were to sit here and talk about these little critters, I could tell you I know that it's the story, but I'm not going to deplete the fact. This is the story that Sarah is showing. She gets no views. Oh, I I know what to go grab. Because she is spot on. She's spot on. This is the story. That's the triangle. You know, with the head in it. Here's the triangle. Same thing. That's what she's talking about. And that's what Robert Vaughn is doing. But that little triangle is this thing that I just showed you. See, because I know my elements, I could copy and paste them all day long. That is that. See? See the critter on the top here? This here has the bar over the head. And this one's in here. That bar over the head, it always shows the same, you guys. Right? Let me go back. To the photo of what's her face in the car. Here it is. That bar is this bar, the bar that I talked about in Ryan Finds Truths. Whoops, video, wait. So the apples to apples for this thing with that bar across would be this. Be this. So these are the same. When you see these V's within these circles and they're mechanically and systematically placed, this is all the same. So when you look at the picture to the right and to the left, there's always a line across, right? I think that line, it keeps everything in alignment, like in line, keeps everything together. And this is just how it was created. Let me show you. The lines in Robert Vaughn's show the same way as they do in the windows, on the people. See how it goes across like an A? Those present themselves the same way in all the photos. They just do. And it's usually in the fake cars. And to get to some of these rooms, I've always said they're rooms behind rooms. It's a door behind the door of a door. This is a perfect example of what a door behind the door looks like, and there's always plumbing. There's plumbing. The Wells had a lot of this. They had a lot of plumbing. It's like this. See how there's the door behind the wall, and then there's plumbing outside the door. That's what you see here. So in order to find these places, they don't make it easy peasy. It's behind the doors, and there's also holes. So when you get there, there's holes in the ground. So this is what it's telling me. The doors behind the doors, and there's holes in the ground. They want to get to the holes in the ground. They must follow the patterns that I show and how to find these things. Because you're not just going to go and knock on something and find it. And you're not going to hear them underneath. These are soundproof. These are holes behind the doors of the doors. And it's just something that's presented all the time like this. So when the Wells built this, they had these bricks, and I believe that these bricks are the same kind of bricks that are being shown today. See the two holes in the front of the bricks? Like what's the point for that? But this I've explained is on an angle. Why would there be doors with hinges? The only reason you put doors with hinges is if you plan on opening the door. This whole concoction here of how he was doing this is fucked up. Yes, you see the masks in there, but look at how it's built. I've gone over this. This is when I first noticed the brick. the plaster, all of this. They needed to follow and bash this shit down. Now, I don't know if it's in his backyard or not. Ask Don. Hey, Don, show me where this is. Show me. Just show me where this picture is. Show me this part of your construction. Shouldn't be complicated. And investigate it. The very fake cars show what is beneath the ground. Within this last video of Ryan Finds Truth shows me that I'm correct with the vision that I see. It shows that this is underground on a track. And throughout the video, throughout the windows, shows this information very clearly. You have seen this before with Benny Keys laying in stuff like this. Now, is Benny Keys really laying in it? I don't know. But this is what's in his window. But that's the corner. These are the corners. These are the corners that these heads go in corners. I've seen them since Benny Keys was introduced to me. Is that the same blocks you showed us in the video with the sticks? Same kind of concept. Yes, ICU nurse. Same kind of concepts. Oh, if you work in the ICU, that's amazing. It was. I went to college just to be a nurse, and then I couldn't do the science. It was terrible. I dropped out my first chemistry class. These are the corners, and his video, if you stop it and see it, yes, John Wayne Gacy. I have some of his stuff in here, I think, today, because John Wayne Gacy's cases are these. There are many more bodies that have not been found in John Wayne Gacy, but look in the windows. Each window, every time there's a new frame, this is what happens. It shows location. These are boxes. And they're definitely beneath the ground. Beneath the ground. You see her arm? It shows equipment. Now, is she really in that equipment? I have no idea. But that's the equipment that's going around her. I've seen it before. So Summer Moon Wells, when we see pictures of Summer Moon in her fake car, and she has shit around her, this is what all the victims have around them. It's like they're sitting in the not in the car. This is the like the buggy. It's like the cart, that moves, like what you see outside the window, like this. Just like that. Now, this is what's behind her head. We know what that is. Like, we see this all the time. In the back of the truck, it's the white equipment with the V on it. Now, is it really there? I don't know, but it's showing. Throughout the video, this particular barn shed shows. What I've put here is, this is always showing. These little houses, and they make them miniature. They make them look really small. The one to the left is from the Walgreens guy, the first day on June 15th, the Walgreens guy that stood in front of Walgreens, snapped a picture, and this is what's inside of his picture frame. The one in the middle is from a couple days ago from these guys' video, and the one to the right is Molly Golightly's. I gather that when I see this, I always see one side is longer than the other. There's the left side is longer roof than the right at each time. It's a barn, yes. And it reminds me of this. This is, again, the equipment. The little house. June 5th, this was another one of Candace's videos. She pretty much shows the equipment, and I see the barn, I see the V, I see the 5, I see the face covered in white. This is Candace, again, Candace's video. What you see here as far as symbols are the same symbols that you saw June 15th in her video, that in the video or the TikTok or whatever it was, the post she made of Summer, and she had the boys in the house, or whoever was with her, allegedly, but they had those pants on, and she had, one of the boys had pants and boots. This is what was on it. But this here's June 5th. Same information. See the clown face? I think, and it looks like it goes down. I believe Candace full-heartedly knows the story, knows location, knows where they go. And she got a little sloppy showing this shit. That's what I see. Like, that's not her son right there. That's someone else on the bottom. That's not her son. This, to me, is another summer moon. How about that? And that's her box. This, looking at this right here, just hit me very differently. It just hit me. It just hit me very differently. Like I want to scream. This here on the bottom, you guys, is different. It's... Let me grab it. It's June 5th. This is June 5th, and this is a different Summer. This is a female. This is a female. That is her box. That is the chair that you saw in the front of the tree. This, to me, is real. This, to me, is a real... This, to me, is a real photo. And it shows a real box with one little hole in it. And that's a number 5 on the chest. That's a V. And that chair, that fucking chair, is the chair that they're always showing. That chair right here was the chair that was in front of the tree, and also at Checka TV's house that he went to check. That is not her son. This, to me, is real. Look at that. This, and that's the box. That's what it looks like. This victim has goggles on. This is a victim. This here is Candace's. June 5th. And this here has the same, this, you guys, I can't tell you how much I feel this. That this is a victim of circumstance. That is not her son. I can't scream it any louder. That is not her son. This is not her son. And that box is a real box. And this is how I do it. June 5th. Again, that's a piece of the equipment, just like I've been showing you. That's a baby. And I do know that that stuff does go in the eye. Does go in the eye. And I showed these before. I sent this all in. Same boy walking in the same frame. His shoe changes. Now it looks really weird. It's like there's boxes with it. The shoe changes. I really hope the FBI got on that. This is John Wayne Gacy. And I don't know why these guys are back here for John Wayne Gacy. To me, I see David Dotson, and I see Princess. And then I don't know who that person is in the back. But the information that shows here tells me that it's connected to Summer Moon cases. Especially the fingernail and the fingernails in the front. This comes straight from John Wayne Gacy videos. Those fingernails on the book. I see David Dotson. I see Princess. That's just what I see in these pictures. And then when you look closely at these pictures, they give me information that matches Summer Moon. The fingernails, the black stuff. This goes back to, again, the carnival. I wanted to just take a look and show you what this little girl looks like in this carnival. She is not sitting in a normal seat. She's almost sitting in a seat that was built for her. See? It very much reminds me of what's going on in the right, which is part of the equipment. There's a hand that's popping up. And again, it is going back to the carnival. And there's a hand out of nowhere. This is not her arm attached to something. But this is not on the ride. This is a child in a box. It's showing the same thing here, that it goes The child goes down in the box. They get taken away. Here's your F. They get taken away at these carnivals. This is the underground. These are the boxes. The hands to the right, this is Robert Vaughn's, and obviously this is Jody Sue Brown, but notice the telephone makes no sense. Here's your critter, and here's a different face. So when you guys look at this stuff, recognize the information that comes through. All of this. Jody Sue Brown's videos from 2 years ago, from the beginning, are way better information, and that's I very rarely go to her new videos. I like spending my time on the old videos that I kept. A lot of the creators have deleted. Notice the creators that have deleted all of their videos from 2 years ago, they don't have them anymore. See, that's a different face behind hers. There's your critters. Big Al. So this is what the rooms, to me, this is the trim to the room, and this is the maroon trim box. This is the outside of the box. These are on the outsides of the rooms. But look, this is what they look like once you get there. If you want to get there, the authorities have to go to these videos and figure this out, because it shows the boxes in here. Wait. You crop it. This is what shows behind the maroon, which we know it's the maroon trim doors. These boxes are in these rooms. They're in there. See the cages? They're in here. And that's the maroon frame door. We talk about those a lot. And last but not least, I'm going back to Kiely Rodni and this guy with the videos. I think full-heartedly it's showing the same information. Whatever this guy in the red here in that video does matches to me up with the information in the Prosser party from Kiely Rodni. It's to me the same thing. Look at the head coming out of the box. And again, this hasn't been looked into either, but it does show information to me. This shows underground location. It actually is showing the situation. These are in videos from the past that I haven't gone over in a while, but I do want to show you guys that there are times that I do get bits of information that are consistent with showing the truth, and they're really not looked into. but this here is one of them. Whatever is going on in this small little box is exactly what I've been showing you. It's what I've been showing you guys. And the information and the way that these people are positioned is no different than the victims that I've been showing you. And these are all from videos that I have. This here is no different than what I'm showing you in Kiely Rodni's video. And in the guy with the red hair's video. This dude's head sticking up from that bed thing is the same thing as this. Is this guy's head. They're like the same fucking film. And that is a major, major, major element. Just like that. It's perfect. That's in this guy's video. What's his name? I forgot his name. Faith. Know that that's a major element. You can't just all of a sudden have that in a video. And that this is something that we have to remember. That these bricks on the bottom, that they're showing on the bottom of these wells or whatever they're doing, is important. It's this. Pay attention to this. Pay attention to the small details that no one's looking at. Pay attention. Do not just listen to what people are telling you to listen to. Do not. You don't have to listen to me either. You don't. There are bits of information in everyone's videos that I follow that speak to me. This, to me, is what it's about. I believe this is from Ryan's video. They go beneath the earth. They go under these hidden places that are under the ground. It's under the ground. And these little teeny fingers are telling the story with those black nail polish pieces. Is what she's pointing at are these little holes in the ground. Little holes. And that's what they're doing. That's what they're doing. This isn't just grass. This is the resurrection. These are the boxes. These are the boxes. These are the little boxes. On that note, I am calling it a night. Hello, summer moon. That's what I want to say. Hello, summer moon missing children. We've gotcha, is what I want to say. They're always in the leaves. They're always in the grass. You guys, thank you all for being here. Thank you for following my stuff. thumbs up, please, on your way out. It really, really helps. And if you're here and you're listening, you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Those are the two ways that you could support the channel without doing anything. Thank you, Muffin Top. Everyone who doesn't know, Muffin Top is my amazing mod. Muffin and Susie. I've gotten all of your emails. Thank you. You guys have a wonderful Friday night. Stay safe. Enjoy. And I will be back soon. Good night, guys.